Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my readings are timeless, so when you see them, it's when you're meant to hear them. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, sharing, and watching these videos. Please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Pisces, let's get into this reading. All right, we got number 12, lead the way, be a leader. Show others how it's done. And you can also help others. All right, 12 could be December, or it could be the 12th zodiac, which would be Pisces. It would also be Sagittarius and Capricorn. All right, we got Quetzalcoatl and the Princess of Time. The time has come. The time to act is now. Also, number 3 being the being there. So your birthday could be December the 12th. Okay. Whoever the person is, their birthday could be December the 12th. Your birthday could be March the 12th, March the 3rd, February the 21st. Somebody could be 21 years old. So then we have Quetzalcoatl and a priestess of time. So priestess, the high priestess, well, this looks like Mexican, Aztec, that type of vibe. But the high priestess in the tarot deck is sacred knowledge. So if this is like ruins and things of that nature, that could potentially be, you know, a sign that this is what you're supposed to look up. This is what you're supposed to do. And you leading the way, this would mean that you would be the start of a thing. Okay? So again, you could be starting the direction. You could be the frequency of a thing. You could be the example. So leading by example. The time has come. The time to act is now. So you being a leader, stepping up and being a leader, that number is 5. The 5th zodiac would be Leo, but the 5th month would be May, which would be Taurus and Gemini. So you could potentially be dealing with one of them. Your birthday could also be February the 23rd. Somebody could be 32 years old or 23 years old. So some of these people could be younger than you, okay? Or you could be a young person and maybe people are thinking that you can't be the leader or something. And that's not true, because a young person could just lead just as well as an older person. It just depends on who was put in position, because if God be for you, who could be against you? If God puts you in leadership position, you know, so that could be an issue. People are thinking that you can't do a thing, but you can most definitely do the thing. And if y'all notice, I started backwards. So something could potentially be working its way back. The time could be rewinding. You could, you know, be rewinding the time. Basically, that's what do I keep saying? Looking younger and younger. So it could be an older person that is starting to rewind time. Basically, you're starting to look younger and younger, aging backwards. Okay. We have the number 7 here, which would be Libra, but the 7th month that would be July. And July is, who is July? That is Cancer and Leo. Okay, yeah, Cancer and Leo. All right, or your birthday could be March 7th. All right. So spreading conditions, influence, and impact. So transmission. That's something being given to somebody else. Somebody infecting a situation. And infecting sounds bad, especially if it's like diseases, STDs, spiritually transmitted demons, spiritually transmitted diseases, or spiritually transmitted demons, I meant. Either one, those two things. And I don't know why. It's like something is basically, it's like a brain fog or something. Because there's a lot of stuff in there. So it's like everything being jumbled up or mixed up. So somebody may be trying to confuse a situation, and that could also be the reason why it started backwards, or just retracing your steps. So that could be the thing. Because as y'all know, nothing is a coincidence. So somebody could be potentially trying to retrace their steps and figure out how something happened or something started, because that's an impact. Somebody having an impact or an influence on a certain set of situations or conditions. So that could potentially be why that is. Somebody's trying to remember something. Remember how something happened or how something started. All right, so we have the Four of Cups here. Meditation, contemplation, apathy, a revelation, restlessness, discontent, bored. Be careful that your mind doesn't cause you to see things that are not there, and also to make sure that your mind doesn't close you off to new things, okay? So meditation, taking time out. Yeah, somebody's definitely trying to retrace their steps as to how something happened. But all I feel like is when I said somebody's trying to retrace their steps, and figure out how something happened, all I thought was somebody trying to figure out how they got me fucked up. So to me, it seemed like almost like a person trying to replay their steps on how they mishandled a situation, or how something went awry, or somehow something just didn't go as they had planned. And now this person is closed off to certain situations, or their options, or the circumstances that they have in front of them is not what they want. But somebody feeling disconnected from a situation, like, how did that happen? That's not normally how that happens. So something didn't go the way a person planned. Somebody planned it to be one way, and somehow it went another. And it's not somehow, it's basically God stepped in. So whatever this person was doing wasn't on the up and up anyway, okay? All right, let's see. Why are we in this energy? So, okay, so maybe something that had to do with you. Your happiness, because 10 is a completion. So you finishing a cycle. Or maybe you were way further ahead than even they thought you were. So somebody might have thought you were slow or behind or stupid in a situation. Everything you have planned has worked out, and life and love is good. Because all I hear is something went under the radar. Somehow you went under the radar. Divine love, harmony, and blissfulness. Relationships, inner happiness, fulfillment, dreams coming true, family contentment. So somehow you went undetected. So what did this person do? Because transmission and infection, and I kept saying, how is the whole tarot community under a spell? As if Quetzalcoatl and the Priestess of Time, the time has come, the time to act is now. It's like, so like I said, replaying a situation, but back in that time, during that time, this would be the culture who was ahead of the Anunnaki. They were ahead of the game. Because apparently there's still stuff that they did that people don't understand how they did it even back then. So you went undetected. Somehow your situation or your circumstances, or you didn't get infected by whatever it was they did. Because I keep saying a lot of these people who seem to be being attacked in a certain type of way, it looks like whatever demon that is eating them up. Like they're fading away. These people end up super duper skinny as if the demon is feeding on them. So 12, lead the way, be the leader, show them how it's done. You can help others. Okay, so we started talking about the change in the frequency. So if y'all hadn't noticed, the other readings had, and I didn't do it on this reading, I ended up putting meditation music behind the thing because it was talking about changing the frequency. But also, this is giving me runes types of energy. So maybe protecting yourself by, you know, ancient symbols or something of that nature. Back then, even now, salt is important. So trying to figure out how to protect yourself. Okay, so spreading knowledge and information about that. Brick is protection. Shells are protection. Ancient symbols is what I want to say. So maybe you looking up an ancient symbol and figuring out which one calls out to you. But apparently, spreading of conditions and influence and impact, me changing the frequency, because I had a dream the other day. The dream said, you are allowed to change the frequency. I was allowed to change the frequency. So I'm not following the set of patterns that the other people are following because of the fact that they could potentially be still under the spell or still under the influence of. And that could be somebody that drinks and, you know, all of that stuff, but under the influence of the control of whatever that spirit was or whatever that entity was that was released. And in order to slow it down or in order to fix it, adding runes, changing the frequency, doing things that help you protect yourself, and just me continuing to talk about it and making people very much aware of that. So having a positive influence on the situation. All right, things are also coming into balance, and also letting y'all know that, just like I was talking about on the live, certain things don't give the credit to nothing but the glory to God. Because if it's like a pause, a surrender, people are thinking that certain people are doing that. Meanwhile, it's basically an upgrade happening in your energy. So there is a completion, something that you have leveled up from, something that you are allowed to go into. And that is because it was for you. It was destined for you. It was designed for you. It was something that you manifested. So here, this would be like the law of equal give and take, how energy flows. Sharing your success builds more success. Giving, receiving, generosity, fairness, charity, sharing, inheritance, gifts, presence, prosperity, and abundance. Okay? And then we have a Knight of Wands here. Whatever you want to do, do it now. Energy, passion, action-inspired, adventure, fearlessness, movements, impulsiveness, charming, sexy, and unpredictable. So somebody hidden in your direction, but also somebody thinks that you look very sexy, okay? Or you think somebody else looks very sexy, depending upon who I'm looking at. But you're also not moving or doing what everybody else is doing. And for some reason, somebody's giving you sex energy, because all of these cards seem like they're very beautiful women, all different versions of a woman or different types of women, but each one of them kind of are placed, you know, very strategically to look a certain type of way. So several different energies, because passion and influence, that's like you finding your life's purpose. But also passion is an energy of what, your sacral chakra, and, you know, like fire and love and chemistry. That could also be like your system coming into balance. Because with this being balanced, those coins, happiness, passion, and then you got, for some reason there's, and I'm not saying like for some reason, but it keeps being a thing. Money is very important to this time, to this situation, and it could just be the day that we live in, and that could be the reason why. So as of now, because money is needed for everything, that is what is important. Focusing on your home, family success, and abundance is important. Nurturing, practical, supportive, reliable, providing financially, security, and pentacles are about your foundation. So a firm foundation. And that's also giving me like us being here and the things that we need to learn during life, in life. We have another completion, a 10 of swords. So you learning about your, for one, it's basically like use your words, because swords are communication, but it has ended, it is finished, for better or for worse. So some type of separation happening here. You got a separation and then something that comes together also. So painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, crisis, failure, or collapse, a defeat. Something that came to an end, something that was necessary, a necessary ending in order for you to tap into. So let's get clarity on this 10 of swords. Let me do that just to see what it pertains to. All right, so again, because I said a minute ago, for some reason, but then was talking about your money, temperance, patience, you juggling something. So some type of job or some type of something that you made money from that you weren't making maybe a whole lot of money from. You were having to juggle your priorities, your time. This is also about time management. So it has come to an end, for better or for worse. So a situation, a relationship, employment may have come to an end, but also an end of you juggling, because that too also signifies there's somebody coming in, like a partnership or some type of union that is happening and bringing something together. But then you got temperance at the bottom of the deck, balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, finding meaning. So being sensible on how you're spending your money, but there's a blessing and abundance coming in, because it's like because I said law of equal give and take, how you have to let things flow, how things are energy. So if you know how to receive, also knowing how to give. If you know how to give, also knowing how to receive. So doing both things. So whatever it was pertaining to your money or this situation seems like it's clearing itself up, and you just got to go from, starting over is what it looks like. So whatever this is, you're starting over, but they're saying you have to be the leader. So I'm getting like, even in doing like some type of coaching, maybe like well-financed career, because these are things that, even though, as adults, we are, I want to say, a product of our environment or a product of our situations and circumstances, but we can change those. So lead the way on how to change them, which is reminding me of how when I first started like wanting to level up, instead of me taking my tax money during the time and doing what everybody else was doing, like, buying sneakers, buying clothes, going on vacation, I paid my bills up for a whole year. And so that's how I got put on the track to moving into a different situation. And then I started making 6 figures, but it took planning, like strategic planning on how to get there. And that was one of the ways that was one of the things that helped me. And just because it helped me don't mean it'll help somebody else, but it gave me a cushion as to when things started to, if anything happened, but I was in alignment. So everything started increasing, but I had a cushion. So I still paid my bills, even though I had already paid my bills. And that's how I started to build, accumulate wealth at the time. And as I explained to y'all now, I'm in the middle of going through a tower because of the fact that I was in alignment or out of alignment, but I aligned myself with a person that I thought was, you know, either way, it was through marriage. And that wasn't the way or what God wished for it to be. And it had to, you know, what happened had to happen, regardless of the fact I don't regret it. But now it's also showing me like alignment is important as well when it comes to wealth building and just increase, because you'll be rowing and people will be poking holes. People, and even sometimes your spouse or people who are connected to you, don't wish to see you win. They're there for their own gratification or glory or whatever it is. They don't have the same idea or objective that you have. So I feel like this is basically saying leading the way, like spiritually, mentally, physically, but more on a, we are here on a 3D realm. And in order for you to build, it's like not one person being a millionaire or a billionaire, but 10, 12, 14, 15, like you are a product of your environment. So it's establishing and building wealth with others, and, you know, equal give and take. What this person knows and what that person knows and what that person knows, helping build the empire and going in the right direction. So that's what I'm gathering from this. So spreading of conditions, influence, and impact, a positive situation, spreading of conditions, people being aware of and tapping into their higher selves, and we growing as a group, not just as one person. So Pisces, that's the reading. Hopefully it helps. Thank you guys for coming to my channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and go with God.